we're back to this, I guess.
Yeah, we missed last week due to stupid scheduling. So
There was no stupid scheduling. I wanted to play Portal. But yes, we missed a week, and we're sorry about that. But we're back to this. And, see... There's not really a whole lot to cover this week. I have one big topic that I want to cover, but we're saving that for next week. Right now, we're just gonna, get some, gristle out of the way for you guys. This is not gonna be a good episode. Don't get your hopes up.
Come on, GTA is totally a good episode.
See, I don't know how this is gonna work.
Just because we're not bullying someone doesn't mean this is a bad topic.
Yes, it does. Bullying someone everyone dislikes is universal language, as evidenced by our metrics.
But GTA.
We're willing to take a loss on this just so we don't have to cover Shad again. Not 2 weeks in a row. That is far too much.
Yeah.
But we will discuss something that no one else has somehow. We're the first ones on this. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, man.
I might have to censor the screen, actually, for the sake of this, since...
Oh, come on.
We can't even swear in the first 15 minutes of these stupid videos. And there's a bunch of butts jiggling throughout this entire video.
So? We watched that Five Nights at Freddy's thing.
I censored the heck out of that screen.
I know, but that's just on YouTube.
We're not famous Five Nights at Freddy's softcore
that
pornography.
That is not famous. That was not a famous individual. That was just some rando posting, non-family friendly children's content.
I watched it with my family and we thought it was pretty awesome.
I don't believe you.
We're delaying, though. We'll get into this because it kind of leads into the main topic of this episode. So without further ado, let's mute this so that we don't get bent over a sink by Rockstar. And we're just going to react to the pretty things on screen like a Shadiversity AI image generator.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa, what is this blasphemous nonsense? Hold on. I reflexively open that.
10,000 speed.
Jesus. Let's try 4K. I want to see if that will actually load for us. Oh, it's so crisp and clean.
Computer just bursts into flames.
Or my modem. This is very nice lighting. Was that a woman? God, I hope that does not become regular for the rest of this.
The only thing that I have heard about this game is that there is a single female protagonist and someone is losing their mind over it.
Lots of people are losing their mind. Look at the like to dislike ratio. Still 10 million, but that is a third of 1 million people that are probably just disliking it because there's a bunch of brown people and women in the trailer. I can respect it, but that's still a lot. See, press play. This, by the way, all this stuff that you're seeing is in-game.
I've heard that 1 million times, that it's in-game. I'll see if it's in-game once we get to the game.
Rockstar games don't tend to lie about this sort of thing.
I'll believe it, because, the previous GTA was pretty good.
I'm basing all this off Rockstar Red Dead 2, because that game had a pretty lively world, and,
yeah, I'd say it's got some good credibility.
yeah, this one's got half a decade on it.
Yeah.
By the time it comes out, it's going to have, it's going to be closer to a decade from Red Dead 2 than it is, it is right now. Red Dead 2 came out in, 2018, and this is going to come out 2 years from now. They're already teasing it. This looks like I will say right now, I have zero interest in Grand Theft Auto whatsoever. I've never played any of the games or found them particularly fun. But Red Dead 2 really piqued my interest to actually try a Rockstar game. because I like how alive the world is, and this looks like it's way more dense than that. Like, just look at what's on screen. There's like dozens of different animals, hundreds of different people. I don't think the real world is this lively, to be honest.
Yeah, I played GTA 5, and it was pretty fun, but I'm personally more of a Saints Row guy.
I don't care for those kind of games at all. I find them kind of tedious, to be honest, and I've always thought that Grand Theft Auto controls like absolute what's a word I can say without cussing?
Malarkey.
Yes, absolute malarkey is what I'll say for now. But
what game are you basing that off of?
GTA 4, GTA San Andreas, GTA 3. I played it like I gave these games a bunch of chances and just never. Ooh, we're just gonna pause right here real quick. Little bit forward. Okay, a little bit backward. There we go. I gave these games a bunch of chances and just never got into them. But this game looks like it's actually gonna be worth me giving it a try.
If you're gonna have to censor this, this is.
I'm not censoring anything. We're gonna soak up those views for this. They, unironically though, they really got these butt jiggle physics down pat, because
you know, when you said that when you first pulled this video up, I didn't even notice what you were looking at. I was looking at the sparkler with the champagne bottle.
See, this game,
they got Ice JJ Coolfish in this game.
These depictions would be very offensive if white people wrote them. But thankfully they're bringing, like, people of color on specifically so that they can do this and not be chewed out for it. Which I can respect. That's why the Grand Theft Auto 5 script had so many N-words in it. Was because they brought actual thugs onto the script writing process. Ooh, she a bad one. And they basically wrote the script for them.
That's pretty cool.
At least the dialogue. So...
Oh yeah, I saw like
a what a perfect! I didn't even mean to pause it here.
I saw like a comparison video of.
These are all just Florida Man footage that they're remastering, basically.
Yeah.
Like I think I saw the exact video you're talking about, where it shows like the security camera footage of this guy pulling an alligator out of a pool.
It's also her twerking on the car.
Yes.
And then
but it was like a Hispanic girl. All of this has happened on screen at, like, God, she is so bad. This dude is based on someone. This baddie is based on someone. This chick is also based on someone. There's straight up just a Florida woman video of an old lady dual-wielding hammers, yes. And they just ripped it for this.
We need to go to Florida.
It looks like a pretty interesting place, not gonna lie. Even the wildlife there is Australia tier. This also happens there. Man, this game is going to set black people back like 100 years, and it is going to be fire the entire time, and no one's gonna be mad at them. So it looks like this is like a Bonnie and Clyde sort of thing.
Are those the two main characters?
Yes.
Is there not a third? Is it usually
these games tend to have lots of characters in them. These are just going to be the main ones.
Okay.
Like GTA 5 had like 3 or 4 different characters you could play as, I think.
It was 3.
There was like the psychopath, the black guy, and the deadbeat dad.
He wasn't a deadbeat.
He wasn't a deadbeat, but man, his kids sucked.
Yeah.
I don't blame him for not wanting to be around those little monsters.
That's true.
Just from the clips I've seen, especially his son.
Yeah,
I would have smashed his son's Xbox over his head, personally.
Yeah, he's not a good dad. For not the reasons you'd expect. He's more neglectful than he is abusive.
And his kids just become like little... I hate not being able to swear so much, man. It sucks. So... Yeah, this is an interesting trailer. Like, this is a very well done trailer. From, like, the clips down to the songs, it's just golden, and... It's the most viewed trailer, video game trailer ever.
Oh, wow.
Within a day, it had 100 million views.
People have been talking about getting GTA 6 for years. Like, since GTA 5 came out, they've been hyped about GTA 6.
GTA 5 came out a decade ago. It came out on the 360. That still blows my mind whenever I think about it. Jeez, I honestly forget that it came out that far back.
We're old.
Yeah, I know, right? That's part of the reason I stay in the gym so much, to try and outrun the ever-encroaching grasp of death.
I'm not old, you're old!
I'm not old! I watch cartoons! And I have the body of a 17-year-old!
No, dude.
I am not old! A chubby 17-year-old.
No 17-year-old... No. I'm not even...
There are 17-year-olds that are way stronger than me. It's kind of depressing.
Sure, but they're
of course they're also
roids.
on... Yeah, they're on roids.
Yeah.
And they're gonna die when they're like 50, but damn it, they'll have deadlifted 700 pounds by then. And I won't. See...
I don't know, this game looks cool. I'm not, like I said, I'm not like a huge GTA guy, but like the previous one was fun, and this looks as fun, if not more fun.
I'm pretty sure the main character, this is the first GTA game with a woman as like an actual main character in it. I wish they had kept that trend going. By which I mean not having women. But
nice one, man. Nice.
This is pretty good. How should I put this? She's hot, and that's all I really need at the end of the day. Have you seen? There's a couple controversies occurring with her right now. The first one being that she is a woman. The second will lead into our main story, but the third is that people are insisting that she's trans.
Why?
No reason.
Oh.
People will like... There's these people called transvestigators who try to like determine that... This is a video game character. If they say she isn't trans, that's probably it. But people are like zooming in on this footage, for example, and being like, there's an Adam's apple. See this Fultrum dip? Manly. Those lips? Very masculine.
No on all accounts.
That vagina? Man's vagina. See, let's see here. I'm about to transvestigate myself. See that bulge? Nope. I could see it hanging right out of her short pants.
Dude.
They weren't even subtle about it.
The like level of conspiracy theories, the like how commonplace conspiracy theories like that have become is mind-boggling. Like I do not know.
Is it really?
I'll scroll through Instagram watching exclusively memes. The only things I'll like sit and watch are memes, and I'll get like deep like conspiracy videos. Like
I'll get stuff about like the pyramids actually being like a mile deep into the ground, or like giants literally existing.
Yeah, you'll get it. Like I'll get them, and it'll assume that I know the source material going into it. There have been a few where it's just like, can you believe this? And it's just like video of like a plane, and then some guy in a red hat. It's like, no, what are you talking about? I don't understand what's the focus here?
Well, imagine that, but it's catered towards mentally ill boomers who think about trans people all day, but they're also trying not to convince themselves that they're turned on by them, so they're like, they're shoving trans people down our throats, god damn it! They're trying to indoctrinate the kids, now read this Bible!
With fictional characters like this, if they say they're not trans, then... You know, they're not. There's no person. They're fake.
Listen,
literally, whatever the creators say they are is what they are. There's no, like, unless there's like unless they programmed her with like a penis, then she's not trans. I don't even think they modeled what's between her legs.
They probably did. A lot of games will actually do that. But...
Like what?
Baldur's Gate, for example.
Okay, Baldur's Gate, you actually have sex with people.
That game is straight up just, I don't think we're past the 15 minutes.
You broke it. This is
I have not cursed once. I've been very careful about that.
I only started because I heard you do it. You're going to go back and, boy howdy, will there be egg on your face.
See, yeah, I agree with the transvestigators. That's all there really is to that story. But I wanted to.
Good bit, man.
The reason I covered that, I'm not even really interested in Grand Theft Auto, but it's because it leads into our next story, which I kind of just spoiled already, is that Elon Musk doesn't like this game, guys. Elon Musk. Let's see why he said this. So this random person says, list of games I have not played. Why did he list GTA 6? No one's played that game. But Elon Musk decided to chime in and say, I tried but didn't like doing crime. GTA 5 required shooting police officers in the opening scene. Just couldn't do it.
But he does commit crimes. He commits crimes.
He's a billionaire. His existence is perpetuated by him committing crimes.
Yeah, also, isn't like his family fortune based on like blood sapphires?
Blood emeralds.
Blood emeralds. Yeah, so like he's committing like war crimes and stuff like that.
People are okay with those crimes because they're happening to brown people. People aren't okay with these crimes because I guess cops are being killed, but cops aren't being killed because it's make-believe, you pansy.
True.
Also, he played Cyberpunk and never mentioned having to... I guess you don't have to kill cops, but you don't have to kill anyone in that game, so... And I doubt he played the game like that, so he's probably just lying to pander to, like, chuds here.
Probably? He's definitely lying.
This is what he's become since he took over Twitter, is he's just trying and flailing desperately to try and get, like, the worst subhuman mongrels on the planet to, like, cheer for him because they're the only ones who will at this point, because this whole illusion of him being some kind of Tony Stark, Sheldon Cooper super genius has kind of, like, collapsed in on itself.
I can't believe people still, like, look up to him. I can't, like, when he first, like, came into the public eye and he was sort of, like, hiding behind that identity of being real-life Tony Stark, like, I could kind of understand, but, like, as soon as you look at him for, like, a couple seconds, like, as soon as you, like, dive into any layer of what he's doing, he sucks. He sucks in every category. Like, all of his plans are stupid.
He bankrupts every company he makes. His ideas are all, like... The reason he called it X, he has been trying to name a company X since the 90s. Since he bought PayPal, he tried to name PayPal X in the 90s and literally got kicked off the board because of how hard he was insisting on doing it. There's no reason for it other than the fact that he thinks that the letter X is cool and he's an autistic 50-year-old man. So there's no convincing him out of that mindset.
It's a complete man-child who insists on having everyone like him. God, he's so lame. Like, my dad and my brother both will talk about how cool Elon Musk is and how he's, like, gonna change the world. He's gonna change it for the worse. Like, he's pumping mercury into the atmosphere. Like,
that's cool.
Yeah. Like,
it's heavy metal. Metal! That's sick! That's what that means, right? It's not poisonous. Why would he be allowed to spray poison in the air? That's just silly.
It's almost like he's committing crimes.
Taking a quick detour, I do want to point out this guy, Ian Miles Chong. This guy is like hold on. This guy lives in, like, the Philippines or, like, Indonesia or something. But he's, like, a total, like, Nazi on... He's, like, the biggest Nazi on Twitter, basically. He used to work for, like, major gaming magazines until it got found out that he's, like, a total white supremacist. Like, he has chat logs where he's talking about how white people are inherently superior in all ways and he can't wait till they take over the world and stuff like that. And so once he got ousted from that, he kind of just leaned into that, where he's the type of channel that posts, like, black crime statistics, and he's like, curious. And he's also, under every single Elon Musk tweet, just completely sack-riding the guy in the desperate attempt to get retweeted by him. Every single tweet that Elon Musk puts out, every reply, you'll see Ian Miles Chong replying within the minute that it's posted with some, like, toe-sucking bullshit to Elon Musk about, that's right, Elon, and might I just also say that... You got him agreeing here, I'm glad shooting cops in Cyberpunk 27 is completely optional. Never finished GTA 5 either. Oh, that's funny, because people checked, and when he was a game journalist, he wrote 255 articles covering GTA 5.
Holy shit.
Including descriptions of personally killing or evading police in the game's single-player mode.
Wow.
First of all, even if that's your job, that's really, really pathetic to write almost 300 articles about the exact same thing. And then to just lie about it afterwards, like people can't look back and check on that. Also, this is a very normal thing for Ian, by the way. He is constantly being dunked on by everybody. Even Nazis on Twitter dunk on him because he's constantly face planting like this.
That's what happens when you have, like, no moral background. When you have when you have nothing to stand on, this is what happens. You just get dunked on by anyone willing to dunk on you.
When your entire existence is just, like, sucking the toe of some piece of shit, and that's all that you care about, nothing else, even, like, seeming like you have integrity doesn't even matter anymore.
Also, like, being racist makes you seem really stupid, but
it's funny, at least.
What's more is being racist, but not being racist for your own people is, like, extra pathetic. It's like, you're insecure and stupid, but you're also, like, you're doing that for, like, someone else. You're not even profiting off of your own shittiness.
He's, like, the biggest right-wing, like, sack writer, but he doesn't even live in the country whose politics he's constantly pushing.
That's
super
pathetic.
He argues against this country using or instituting policies that his country already has and that he also takes advantage of.
Man, this dude's a loser.
Yeah, he is very much a loser. I follow him on Twitter just for, like, the sheer, like, entertainment of seeing him be made fun of. It's quite entertaining, but you have to be almost as big a loser as him to do that, which I am.
He's probably getting paid for
he gets paid like a lot of these, like, Elon Musk, like, remoras, like, toe suckers that follow him around everywhere. He personally pays them, like, big bucks to stay on Twitter because they keep engagement going, and he couldn't care less that they are, like, pretending to be or actually are Nazis. I don't know which is worse there. I think I respect the real Nazi more than the guy who's pretending to be one and doesn't even, like, believe or care about it.
I don't know, man. Nazis are not good, in case you didn't know.
Unpopular opinion. Listen, Levi, I don't buy into your mainstream propaganda. I'm willing to listen to both sides on this. Except this is the other side. Is eating Miles Chonky. He was also fat. That's why I made that joke, by the way.
Nice.
See. But Elon Musk's, like, Nazi, like far-right Nazi simping has kind of landed him in some hot water recently. Especially after this tweet happened. So this guy says, okay, what happened above this was Elon Musk asked for quote-unquote harsh truths, and this guy says, okay, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact kind of dialectical hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them. I'm deeply disinterested in giving the tiniest shit about how Western Jewish populations coming to the Good job, screenshot, for actually covering the entire thing. And I'm gonna have to look for that whole tweet soon, but Elon basically just agreed with that. Like, yes, Jews are replacing, like, every race on the planet. For what reason? I actually don't understand. I tend to keep up with, like, a lot of these, like, far-right conspiracy theories just for the sake of knowing what it is that they're discussing, but I don't know what the logic behind this one is.
What could they possibly, like, what do they mean by, like, replacing other people? Like, how's that possible?
Jewish people are, like, rich Jewish people are, like, bribing politicians to allow higher immigration into, like, white countries, quote-unquote, in order to, like, slowly drive the white race out to extinction for some reason.
Aren't Jewish people white?
Some of them are.
Oh, well, wait, into extinction, they're also human. Like,
They don't believe
they're
that.
still around.
They don't agree with that.
They're still around. They're not extinct.
No, they are, because their skin's darker now. No! So yeah, Elon Musk agreed with that. He agreed with, this is a video of the Robert E. Lee statue being melted down, and I just have to say, good riddance. Maybe try winning next time, you stupid sack of shit. Robert E. Lee's son, or like his ancestor, is here in the comments, like, whining about it now. He says, literally my ancestor. We carry the Lee name as a first and middle name in my family. Well, I didn't need a directly insulting gesture to tell me that my kind is hated and many seek our extinction. The implicit cues were strong enough. I appreciate this image making it absolutely clear. Yeah, he's still a Nazi. He's
okay.
implicitly talking about white people there.
Your kind. Wow.
Maybe your loser granddad should have won, dumbass.
I do gotta say,
this is a pretty metal image, isn't it?
A molten face is super sick.
I love how, like, the metal is catching on fire even harder as it gets tossed in there. Look at that. They're holding the face up there to make an example. This metal, someone should mail this, like, in a nice glass frame straight to Giga Thad's address.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize that's his name. Giga Thad?
Yes.
Wow.
Let's click on this guy. I want to see what he looks like. He is... I'm bigger than him. What's he saying? I wonder how much of this is...
Wait, go back up to the top. He had something in, like, his top bar.
Wholesome Christian mountain girl trad wife.
Go up there, man. Consummate white pillar. Voracious energy. RWBB. What's RWBB?
RWBB. I think that's like a type of martial art, maybe?
Oh.
I am not sure.
Dancer, hunter, Baptist, strength through joy. Man,
a lot of white supremacists also use this, like, malformed weirdo from Prometheus, one of the worst movies ever made, in order to, like, be like, this is how I am. Literally me. I'm this muscular and pale as well.
Oh.
So this dude literally has nothing going for him aside from being white and whining about it.
The only thing I think of when I see that
he's
guy,
a crypto guy as well. Sorry, I just had to point that out.
Crypto guy.
I wasn't even aware of that. Go on.
The only thing I think of when I see the the Prometheus guys, like the weird aliens, especially the one from that scene, is like those memes where it's like the Victorian child when I travel back in time and give him a Baja Blast. His DNA just comes apart.
Me giving Helen Keller a 900 milligram edible. That's not really connected with what that was there. But that's still a funny meme.
I saw this one that killed me. It was like...
I'm going to play this just so we have something to go off on. Jeez, that is loud. Go on.
An Indian man drinking clean, shitless water for the first time, and he just disintegrates.
Alright, enough of this metal-ass imagery. Let's see what Elon Musk had to say to this guy. They absolutely want your extinction.
Wow. Okay.
Just fully in agreement with the racist loser. Hey, your granddad lost, just to remind you.
The steel industry wants white people gone. Sure, man.
I gotta say, why did we ever have statues of these guys up? They are traitors who lost.
I have no clue, honestly.
Like, I don't even care really that they were on the side that we consider immoral now. I care more that they are traitors to the country erecting their monuments. And they lost. And the thing they were fighting for was, I should have the right to own other people.
Yeah, it is kind of weird that we had their statues up. Were they put up before they lost?
They were put up during the civil rights movement.
Who had time to put up a statue during this?
These were literally just fuck yous to black people when they were put up.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, so that is another reason to take them down and destroy them. Because it makes slope-headed Cro-Magnons like this mad, and because they shouldn't have been up to begin with.
Yeah, I don't know why people are so upset about this. It's if people are upset about this, it seems like I can't really think of another way you could be upset about this unless it's a racism thing. Like, unless you are racist, I don't see why you would care if this thing gets taken down.
If you want to be one of those people who are like, it's bad our history.
Read a book.
Like, that's... Yeah, like, first of all, there are other ways of expressing your history. But also, like, what is your history there? You wanted to be slave owners and then lost.
I heard this...
That's not something you should really look back on proudly.
I heard this thing a while ago. I was doing a little bit of research because I was having an argument with somebody at work about the Confederacy. And
I keep this playing just so that there's something going on screen.
Can you mute it?
Yeah, that should not have been that difficult. Go on.
Like, from what I heard, the Office's runtime was longer than the Confederacy's.
Lego Ninjago lasted 3 times longer than the Confederacy. As did the Spyro the Dragon series also lasted 4 times longer. Clifford the Big Red Dog's novel run lasted about 5 times longer. Every stupid ass thing that you probably watched. The Confederacy lasted 4 years. It's about our history. Yeah, a history of taking fat fucking L's, bitch! We went off on a Confederacy tangent longer than I thought we would, so I think
we'll needed to be humbled.
There was more to this. Where is it? I'm stealing more people's content because I am lazy.
What do you mean more people? You've stolen from this guy like 4 times now.
I'm only taking screenshots from him. Okay, here's the full thing. I accidentally went to it. Okay, so what he said was, I'm deeply Oh, it still didn't show it.
Yeah.
I will go ahead and go fuck myself, I guess.
Does he not do the drop down?
No.
Oh, well,
I think he read the full thing there, but I don't really want to just steal Mike's content.
But whatever, if you want to hear the whole story, go watch his podcast.
Don't watch him, he's a liberal.
Ew!
He is way further left than a liberal. But we're not talking about that gay shit now. We're talking about this gay shit.
I have no idea what this guy's politics are.
There's like a thing here talking about... Alright, whatever. So, long story short, because Elon Musk did that, Twitter lost like hundreds of millions of dollars in advertisement because every major company was like, we cannot have our ads playing next to a site owned by a guy who agrees with like great replacement theories and neo-Nazi conspiracies.
Yeah, what an idiot.
Like, Apple alone pulled about $100 million worth of advertising, and they made up like a sizable chunk of his advertising. But worry not, because
even the like soulless monsters that run the world know not to like openly agree with this sort of thing.
Hold on,
even if they do in private.
I have to find something real quick before we continue, because there's an aspect of this story I really wanted to find. I had all this crap set up, and then Windows went ahead and updated without my say-so, so... Yeah, just like what Elon Musk is saying here, Windows, go fuck yourself. This is not the first time it has ruined one of my episodes.
It's pretty irritating that you can't, like, postpone or just refuse those updates.
Shut up. I did not give you permission to talk. Alright, I just want to... This is something I wanted to pull up beforehand, but I completely forgot to, so I'm pulling it up now. But... back to this one. Oh, cool, I lost my place. That is wonderful. Be quiet, Mike. I didn't ask you to talk. So, after he lost all... Look at this lazy-eyed mongrel. Hold on. Gotta go back to this. Look at this fucking... Look at this fucking fish-face freak. Smiling upside-down ass motherfucker, man.
But look, it comes back to it again. Crazy eyes. I said it before and I'll say it again. If they got crazy eyes, don't trust them.
You might be the first person to ever notice that, Levi. So, after fucking Botox Voldemort here went and lost his company all of its money, a bunch of other fellow ridoids decided to kick in. Where is it? I just had it pulled up.
I like it.
This shows bald Drew Tate.
A naked mole rat.
A bunch of right-wingers decided to try and be like, I am going to advertise on X. And in total, let's see, it's this guy, I don't know who this is, but he says, they attack Musk because they hate freedom. They hate freedom because it threatens their power to control the narrative. It really is that simple. Ah, yes, that was it. It wasn't because he was Jew posting openly. The CEO of the largest communications company on the planet was openly Jew posting. It's because they just hate freedom, man.
As logical acrobats are incredible.
There's not even any acrobats. It's just like, it's more like, it's not mental gymnastics. It's like a mental jackhammer where you just, your point into it, even if it makes no sense. They hate freedom.
Also, Seth Dillon. Wow, what a Republican name that is. That sounds
like
a country singer.
I'm pretty sure I've heard of this guy. I've seen like him on like Joe Rogan or something like that.
Of course, it's Joe Rogan.
Yes, but I don't really know what he does otherwise. What else does he say here? As others are pulling their ad spend to punish Musk for the crime of letting free people speak. You ever notice that every time they say this, it's always like Nazis being allowed to openly threaten people?
Yeah, anytime
or like conspiracy post and shit up every single website they're on.
Yeah, anytime it's any other topic that they don't agree with, that argument like completely evaporates.
These exact same people are also like, yeah, fucking take books out of schools. Don't let a kid ever know that a gay person exists.
They're shoving all this information down our throats.
Ban all religions except mine, god damn it! The Bee is committing to spending more. Okay, so I guess he owns the Babylon Bee. It's like a right-wing satire website. It's sort of like The Onion, but unlike The Onion, unlike the Babylon Bee, The Onion's actually funny and topical, whereas the Babylon Bee is just shit like, union leaders ask for more wages because they're dumb and stupid.
The weakest propaganda you've ever heard.
It's literally just rich people punching down propaganda. And it's like like every single other right-winger, it's bankrolled by like oil field billionaires that probably have the blood of millions of people on their hands, and these fuckers are just willing to open their rectums to them like, yes, please shove more wads of money inside there. Today I'm pledging $250,000 toward a new ad campaign on X. It's not a lot compared to the budgets of the anti-speech bullies, but it's something, and hopefully it will be multiplied by others who join us. Wow,
Bullies.
$250,000. That's gonna make a big dent in that hundreds millions dollar fucking hole you just dug yourself into.
Really, dude? Bullies? I know
Bullies.
this dude has accused someone of being a snowflake.
These
I don't even know this guy, but I know that those words have either been typed out by his fingers or been blurted out by his stupid fucking mouth.
These people will simultaneously be like, our enemies are a bunch of blue hair, woke, scolding, fucking limp, slack jaw, limp wristed, failed abortions who couldn't hurt a fly, and also they have all the power in the world and are literally going to kill you.
They're gonna use their gay lasers to fry your testicles.
Fun fact, that is actually a very popular far-right tactic that has been used by most far-right regimes, is to pretend your enemy is simultaneously weak and incompetent and also coming to kill you any day now.
Makes sense, except it doesn't.
Let's see, who else decided to join him? Sorry, Mike, I'm not going to steal your content. I'm going to steal your screenshots. Soon, more right-wing media figures and companies followed with pledges of their own, albeit much less than the amounts that Dillon and Poole were promising. Political commentator Benny Johnson, for example, pledged $50,000 in ad spending, so we're at $300,000 now, man.
Ugh, I just realized how gross his facial hair looks.
He is...
He
in the
has,
video,
like,
I'm a...
Boogie's facial hair.
It's probably because of all that estrogen he takes. That's why he has a full head of hair at his age. Like, you have to take, like, female amounts of estrogen that give you, like, tits and wide hips, but you get to keep your hair.
Damn, you're saying he's...
And it gives you a shitty beard on top of it. See, other right-wing figures like the Quartering, Donut Operator, Gavin McGinnis, and Elijah Schaefer, I know who all those people are, and it makes me kind of contemplate, you know, just shutting the lights out, you know?
No. Maybe just consider, you know, the assholes you subscribe to, huh?
I don't subscribe to any of these people. I watch them be made fun of.
Good.
But the fact that I know who all of them are. Okay, they pledged smaller amounts ranging from $2,500 to $40,000. Holy fuck, Elon. Do this like a couple thousand more times and you'll soon break even on all the advertisers you've lost, dipshit.
Yeah.
Let's see who else.
Here he comes. Jesus, man, look at that hair.
Fucking chimp ear balding fucking... There's not enough, like, adjectives to describe how goofy looking...
This dude...
Chimp ear balding, chinless, fucking...
He is every age at once. He looks like he's newborn, middle-aged, and an old man.
I'm a fucking... I'm a big alpha male. I can't even do his accent. It's like 6 different ones at once because he lived in too many places.
No, he fucking changes it to make himself sound cool.
The
It doesn't work.
Who is this
Also,
guy
look
again?
how weak his chin is.
The controversial Andrew Tate. Oh, that's who this is. A manosphere influencer who has previously been charged with rape and human trafficking. Just had to throw that one in there. Pledged the largest amount, saying he'd give Musk $1 million per month without even running ads for his own endeavors. He could probably afford this thanks to that Saudi money that he's getting, but that's still not going to put a dent in Musk's... Like... Musk still has a $44 billion debt just from buying this website. And now he's hundreds millions of dollars in even more.
Are his nails painted?
See, they look all fucked up right there. Like he's getting frostbite.
They look like they're either painted or like tattooed or maybe both.
As of publishing, a total of 8 right-wing media figures and groups have pledged $1.6 million in ad buys on X. 1.6. That's not even 10% of what just Apple was spending. You're on your way. You're on your way there, Elon.
Man, what a insane downgrade.
That includes Tate's unserious offer. In addition, the majority of those pledges are over the course of multiple months, so that amount is not per month.
Imagine being like this wretched of a person and doing this much worse than that he was already doing before he did any of this.
To compare to the amount X has lost from fleeing advertisers, Apple has... Is he smiling harder right here? How autistic do you have to be to think this is how you smile?
I don't think that's a smile. I think he's like... You know how, like, Trump does that thing where he, like, puckers his lips when he's pretending to consider something? By the way, I started doing that...
How many snakes will I eat for breakfast tomorrow?
I started doing that as, like, a joke to myself. And now I find myself actually doing that whenever I'm, like... Whenever somebody says something that I, like, disagree with, I'll pucker my lips a little bit. Like, I Pavloved myself into doing his face.
Smiling upside down. That is literally an upside down smile. Oh crap, I just pressed play somehow. That's weird.
Still muted, so it doesn't matter.
Apple alone repeatedly spends more than $100 million per year on X ads. Looking at it more broadly, advertising made up 90% of the $5.1 billion that then Twitter made in the year before Elon Musk took over. Okay, so that's roughly like $4.5 billion just on advertising, and he just lost pretty much all of that.
What an idiot, dude.
This dude has ran Twitter into the ground in ways that I didn't even think were possible. I knew he was stupid before this, but this is like actual, like, on the brink of a mental breakdown sort of thing.
Dude, it is... I don't know how he, like, lives with himself. On so many levels, he is pitiful. Like, he's an awful person.
His kids hate him.
Yeah, his kids hate him. He
has a bunch of ex-wives.
He's pathetic in basically every degree. He's also, like, a colossal failure in every way. I don't understand how he keeps just chugging along, being the biggest idiot on the internet.
Every time he tries to get personally involved with his companies, he runs them into the fucking ground.
Because he's a man baby. He has no business running a business.
All you have to do when you're this rich is just shut the fuck... That's what fucking, like, Bezos and Zuckerberg have kind of done.
Just be quiet?
More or less. Like, Zuckerberg has kind of come out, but lately it's because... Have you seen Elon Musk has been challenging Zuckerberg to, like, fucking fight? Like an MMA bout?
Is that because of the memes, or are the memes in response to that?
He was basically just calling Musk out, or calling Zuckerberg out, quote unquote. And Zuckerberg is a black belt in, like, jiu-jitsu. And he recently won a legitimate martial arts tournament.
Oh my god.
He's actually... Or no, he does some kind of Brazilian martial art. Like Taekwondo, I think.
Okay, why would Musk...
I don't think he was aware of that. Because after Zuckerberg agreed to the fight, and he told Elon to set it up anywhere, anytime, Elon Musk literally says, my mom's worried about my health right now, and I can't do it.
Wow. Wow. That is pathetic, man. You challenged Mark Zuckerberg to a fight and pussied out.
Mark Zuckerberg is also, like, physically fit 30-year-old who trains in martial arts regularly. And Elon Musk, if his shirtless pics are anything to go by, is a bag of marshmallows left in the desert sun that's kind of, like, starting to ooze out of the top knot.
Yeah,
somehow balanced on top of mannequin legs. He's not going to survive a physical bout, and he knows that, but instead of owning up to it, he's fucking eating shit on this as well, to the point that even Elon Musk's own, like, dick riders are like, I really can't defend you on this, Elon. That's really pathetic that you just pussied out of that.
Yeah, I honestly can't fathom how he's nosediving intentionally, and he must get off on, like, the shame of being alive.
Some people, you are not the first person to posit that this might just be a humiliation kink for him.
Yeah, because I cannot imagine that he's Like, I can't imagine that he's serious.
As we're about to learn, it's very much serious. He's just too incompetent to course correct at this point. Because we are about to watch him basically have a mental breakdown on stage right now. This is very embarrassing to watch, and if you look closely, look at how quickly he's aging. He's starting to get the fucking turkey goiters underneath his neck. He's got like iguana dewlaps starting to develop.
He's starting to look like that turtle guy that supported the war. I don't remember his name.
Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, that's the one.
The guy who had his like Joe Biden moment on screen a couple months ago. I'm really sad we didn't cover that. A lot of crazy shit happened during our like 5-month break that I'm really sad we didn't get to.
Yeah, that's real disappointing.
I have kind of been thinking of just having like a long ass episode where we cover all that stuff, like the Titanic sub and like the Mitch McConnell moments. And there was a bunch of things that happened during that time that I kept thinking, we should really get back into the podcast. And we just never did.
Yeah, not until Shad, right?
Yeah, Shad was the one where I was like, all right, no way we are covering this. And it ended up working really well.
Yeah, we pass up on all the actual current events just to hit Shad.
I blame you for that personally.
You blame me.
Yes, that's where we're leaving that.
Okay.
So this is after all the advertisers pulled out. Elon Musk did this interview, and he's trying to sound like defiant and cool, but it's very uncomfortable, and even the audience is clearly perturbed by his obvious mental breakdown that he's going through right now.
Is his necklace supposed to be reminiscent of like a dog tag?
He's trying to look cool, and he doesn't know how to because he's an autist with no sense of style. As evidenced by his Cybertruck, which doesn't work and is poorly put together.
Yeah, that thing was ugly.
It is ugly, and it's not bolted together right. Like, if you've seen pictures of it up close, it's like, there are like gaps in the paneling that can't be there if it's going to be watertight. There are like missing screws on some of them. You're not allowed to sell it contractually for the first year that you own it, which is very illegal, by the way. I want to see where that case ends up going.
Probably not well.
But
why would he care if you sell it?
He pretty much doesn't want, like, all the flaws that are on it to become widespread and known before he's able to sell off a bunch of them.
Oh, I see.
Yes. So,
I mean, what difference would it make if somebody sold it after they bought it?
I'm not really sure what the full, like, logic is there, to be honest.
Probably just like an ego thing. He doesn't want people selling it because, like...
I don't know how much of his ego was really into the fucking Cybertruck at this point.
I mean, he's got a pretty shrimpy wiener about everything else.
That's true. I think it's literally just like, oh, if you're selling your Cybertruck because it has problems, we don't want... Because they're only letting a select group of people buy them. You basically have to win a raffle to even have the right to buy a Cybertruck right now. And they don't want it being found out like, oh yeah, all the people buying them are selling them because they're addled with problems and poorly put together. Also, they're super unsafe to drive because the front bumper will blade someone in half if you hit them at more than 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, people are they probably put that clause in there so that people wouldn't just like sell them as like collectibles.
There's no proprietary parts either, so if that thing breaks down, you have to get it to a Tesla dealership or it's not being fixed.
Jesus.
It also doesn't have crumple zones, by the way. So
what?
if you crash in that thing, the whole car stays fine, but you inside just move forward at full speed.
And just die?
Just die, yes.
Wow, great design.
Alright, let's watch the genius inventor, the Tony Stark of our time, react to him losing hundreds of millions of dollars now.
He's like Tony Stark if
Tony Stark had a ketamine addiction.
No, he's like Tony Stark from The Boys. Just a loser.
This guy, he is the boys' version of Tony Stark, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's actually perfect. Did I tell you that he has a legitimate ketamine addiction?
No.
Like, to the point that he's nearly overdosed on it several times at the Twitter offices?
That doesn't surprise me. But
Did you see the clip of him being booed by the Dave Chappelle audience?
No.
Dave Chappelle brought him on and tried to introduce him, and this whole crowd was booing him, and you could tell from the look on his face that he wasn't expecting a reaction like that. And Dave Chappelle started, like, simping for him, like, making fun of the people booing him. And that apparently, like, basically sent Elon Musk into a full-fledged mental breakdown, and he didn't leave his office for an entire day.
Wow.
Because he was just so butthurt that people were making fun of him and booing him.
What happened to Dave Chappelle, by the way? Like, he used to be... Actually, I never really knew his politics, but, he used to not be how he is now. Like, why is he simping over Elon Musk?
He's just become rich, and it's made him kind of detached, basically. It happens to a lot of them, unfortunately.
I suppose that's true.
That's why Shane Gillis is still funny, because he still lives in his New York apartment with roommates.
Yeah, Shane Gillis is hilarious.
Specifically because he says, and I quote, this sort of struggle breeds comedy. Which makes a lot of sense.
That's true.
Alright, enough dancing around topics, though. I've had this pause for like 10 minutes. Alright, let's see what he says.
What was that?
To reiterate, this is right after he lost all his advertisers, so he's not in a good place, like, headspace-wise.
I can kind of tell by his turtle face.
If you look closely, he missed an entire stripe on his beard when he was shaving. I think I might have to... I'll try to turn it up. It's on 1080. I'm not turning it up any higher than that.
Of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We
Get to the point, man.
You hope, don't advertise. You don't want them to advertise? No. What do you mean?
Look at him looking at the crowd every time he says something because he really wants for them to cheer for something he says. I really need this ego boost, you guys. Come on. Please.
You hope, don't advertise.
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise? No.
Look at the crowd again, man.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself.
Are they laughing at him?
A bunch of them were laughing, yes.
Oh,
Do you see him continuously glancing back at them? Like, please laugh at that. Please. Please laugh at that. Let's look at him continuously do that one more time.
Go yourself.
Look at him after he says that.
His confidence just, like, slowly fades.
Go.
Reiterates it just to...
Is that clear?
That's what laughter still sounds uncomfortable. His answers sound very disjointed and like he's only kind of half there right now.
He always talks like that. He's just got a very muted personality.
No, his like body language and shit right now is very unsettling. Like he's legitimately barely hanging on right now.
It's almost like he's a 50-year-old man.
A 50-year-old man-child.
With a brain of a 9-year-old.
A 50-year-old fucking man-child narcissist being made fun of by millions of people. Oh, I can press play on this? That's cool.
Well, let me ask you then.
And I can pause it. This is revolutionary, guys.
Stop doing that.
Don't advertise. How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift. Maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who...
Is there
Oh my
something wrong
God.
with his eye?
This guy?
Yeah.
This guy looks like he's made of melted plastic. Like, he looks like he's a wax statue that's been left out in the sun too long, and his eyelids are starting to droop over his glass eyes.
I thought he had, like, what's that condition where you have two different colored eyes?
Heterochromia.
Heterochromia. At first I thought he had that, but it looks like one of his pupils is just, like, wider than the other one. Or am I,
This guy probably free boosted some of Musk's ketamine before this.
Yeah, his left eye looks like its pupil is bigger.
This dude is taking a very long time to ask, how do you plan to make money? That's all you had to ask, dude.
have this view What did he do?
Still asking the question. What did he say?
Y. F. Y.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Okay.
He thought that was like a real mic drop moment right now. Look at his face right now. He looks completely disconnected.
Looks like a bulldog.
He looks like a dog holding something in his mouth and he doesn't want you to pull it out.
I understand, but there's a reality too, right?
The nervousness.
Yes. No.
I mean, Linda Yacarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
The way he's like glancing up everywhere right now is another thing that's got me like, this dude's not fully here at the moment.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's on something right now.
He's either on something or he's like, or the stress of what he's going through right now is just like really starting to impact him.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like he's simultaneously, he's losing tons of his money. His businesses are all beginning to like implode. He's beholden, he's like in the tank billions of dollars to very shady people. His like public image that he's spent over a decade and a half cultivating as some genius is falling apart in front of him. His personal life is falling apart because he's got a bunch of divorces. None of his kids like him. Like, this guy is as well off as you can be for his life to be this fucked. And he still completely deserves it, and I hope it gets worse.
I am amazed that people, like, there are so many people like him that don't banish themselves to the shadow realm, if you catch my cold.
I think that this story very likely ends with this dude offing himself.
But, like, they never do. Like, there's tons of losers like this, and they hardly ever do. The rich ones just, like, stick around and rot.
If this dude goes through, like, a spectacular fall-off, which I think is very likely where he, like, loses the majority of his money, I think it's, I think he probably ends up killing himself if that happens.
He already
doesn't
has
seem mentally
lost most of his money.
He still has a sizable chunk of money. The way money works in America is that these billionaires, like, they operate like they actually have this money, even though it's completely imaginary. Like, they're basically operating on the idea that they have this much money in their bank. But they don't actually, because this system is fake and is made by them. What's he say here?
No, totally. So no. Actually, what does...
Dude. Holy shit, I did not see this part. I have to...
Just malfunctions.
He is straight up glitching right now.
Absolutely. So, no, totally. So, no.
Spit it out.
Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do? It's going to kill the company.
What?
It's gonna kill the company? Yeah, it's...
You shouldn't admit that in public, dude.
Keep it rolling. I want to hear where this is going.
And do you think that
and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say, we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say,
tell it to Earth.
They're going to say that you killed the company because you said these things. And
by the way, this dude does have heterochromia. I'm just noticing now he has a green and brown eye.
Okay, I wasn't sure if his pupil just extended down further or not.
That does look very cool. I rescind my comments about him being a melted wax statue.
Yeah, cool eyes, man.
Platform, right?
Please answer your questions more succinct, or ask your questions more succinctly, by the way.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
Earth?
Okay.
The Earth isn't gonna say anything. It's a fucking rock, dude.
And we'll see what the outcome is.
What are the economics?
What they are convinced.
You have
what the
enormous
outcome
resources,
is.
so you can actually keep this company going for a very long time.
It says it
Keep
now.
it going for a long time if there was no advertising.
I mean, if the company fails.
It is, by the way, what the?
Why'd you mute it?
I didn't. It's not supposed to mute it. The fuck? It is very illegal, by the way, for him to be saying this stuff. You're not allowed to like just come out and say shit like this about companies when you have like a significant financial gain in them.
Say what?
Like, just like whether or not the company's doing badly. You're not allowed to come out and say something like this, of this magnitude, about a company that you're on. Because the other shareholders who have, like, money in that company are basically allowed to be like, he just tanked the stock of the company. He's the reason the company failed. Like,
I mean, in this case, it would be true.
yes. It's a very easy thing to prove, too, because the court system is rigged for these companies.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're going to rule in favor of them at that point.
Yeah.
Boycott. And that will be what bankrupted the company, and that's what everybody on Earth will
Not
know.
allowed to say this.
What do you think then of the? This
then
goes back to the
what's
idea.
the-
Of
Is
trust,
his
though.
game plan here that people are going to be so outraged by the fact that the woke mob destroyed Twitter that they're just going to rally behind Elon Musk?
Yeah.
And that's going to, what, pump money into his pockets?
No, he's not. I don't even think he cares about money. I think he's just worried about whether or not people like him.
People will be on my side by the end of this, you'll see.
Yeah,
that's not what I was asking.
Yeah, it's literally just like the advertisers pulled all their funding because he's a Nazi, and now he's like,
I don't think he's even a Nazi. I think he's just saying that stuff because he thinks people
Nazi sympathizer.
It's like, it is worse, like we said earlier. He doesn't actually believe this shit.
They're in similar territories regardless. But whatever it is, he's had all that shit. They pulled their advertising, and now he's like, being that they pulled the advertising and they've done this so immorally, everyone's going to rally behind me. Everyone on Earth is going to see me as the new messiah because they shut down Twitter because I'm racist.
People will be on my... I asked you how your company's going to make money. I didn't ask if people would be on...
rise from the ashes.
You told X. Earth will be on my side. What's he say here?
On the platform, and I just wonder and ask you and think about that for a
Tell it
second.
to the judge.
But the judge is going to be
What?
The judge is the public.
Jesus fucking Christ. What a goddamn lunatic, dude.
Man. What a loser.
Man, that guy is absolutely going to... That dude is absolutely going to unalive himself in the next, couple of years.
Yeah, that guy interviewing him, it sounded like he was talking to a child. He was like, so if there's no money...
If no money, how work? People be on my side.
You give money?
What else do I have here? A lot of people have forgiven him for the Nazi tweets because he said this.
As I said earlier this week, decolonization from the river to the sea and similar euphemisms necessarily imply genocide. Clear calls for extreme violence are against our terms of service and will result in suspension.
Basically, he made policies that go against the pro-Palestine side of the aisle, so a bunch of Israeli and Jewish groups were like, everything's forgiven, Elon. You hate Palestinians more than you hate Jews, so we love you. So yes, that pretty much led nowhere.
The one instance in which there was Jewish corruption, and he's on their side.
That unironically is an example of Israeli Jewish corruption.
Yeah, that is the only instance in which it has any founding, and it's the first time that any of these people have sided with Jewish people.
Don't worry, guys, I'm not anti-Semitic, because I also want you to kill all the Palestinians. Oh, shalom!
I don't care who gets genocided, as long as somebody gets genocided.
This is going from this sad story to another very sad story. A great man has left this world.
War criminal Henry Kissenger has finally died.
Finally died? I didn't even notice that wording.
In his lifetime, he's been responsible for some of the worst atrocities in the history of the world. Here is a thread.
See, these are all countries that he basically destroyed. To make it short and sweet, you know how America has this idea that we should invade everywhere and bomb it to smithereens in order to take it over? That was this dude's idea.
What a fucking piece of shit.
He came into power during the Nixon administration and basically advised them on how we could take over the world, which was bomb all those countries back to the Stone Age, and they will have no choice but to listen to us. And for some reason, we kept listening to that, even though it didn't work. Like, he was it wasn't even a matter of, oh, he was just some guy behind the scenes. He wasn't really aware of what he was doing. This guy was personally calling in, this guy personally called in tens of thousands of bombings himself. Ordered them himself, pressed the button, gave the order. That was him.
Fucking piece of shit, dude.
Let's see. Under Nixon, Kissinger oversaw the massacre of millions in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos from 1969 to 1973. Kissinger was the mastermind behind the carpet bombing of Cambodia, which deliberately targeted civilians, personally approving all 3,875 bombing raids in Cambodia. During the Vietnam War, this dude was also secretly bombing Laos. You know, the country that the Asians in King of the Hill are from?
I don't watch King of the Hill.
You're stupid. Well,
Stupid.
They're from that country, and Laos, because of this guy, is the most bombed country in history.
Jesus Christ.
We were never in a war with them. They never did anything to evoke such a response from us, but because of the Vietnam War was in close proximity to Laos, Kissinger basically just took it as an opportunity of, well, let's just take care of these guys while we're at it. And fucking there are still fucking, carpet cluster bombs going off to this day. Laotian people are still dying because of this fucking guy.
Why? Why the fuck? He's gone.
No, as in, some of the bombs didn't go off, and kids are, still finding them.
Oh, okay.
Or, they're still being dug up.
God.
It's still depressing.
Yeah, that's super depressing.
Let's see, what else did he do? More than 7.5 million tons of bombs were dropped on Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia. Double the amount dropped on Europe and Asia during the entirety of World War II.
Why?
To this day, Laos remains the most bombed country in world history. This is the amount of Laos that is covered in cluster bombs.
That's ridiculous. Why?
No reason. They did nothing wrong. He just saw an open window to carpet bomb them to the Stone Age in the hopes that we would take them over afterwards. But since we got our asses kicked so hard in Vietnam, that basically chased us out as well. Can I just say real quick, big ups to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Those fuckers have
definitely
fought off every major world superpower.
Yeah.
With nothing but poop-covered bamboo sticks and AK-47s made from shovels.
Yeah, props for that.
That is genuinely impressive. They pretty much helped ensure that Laos wouldn't be taken over by the US after this happened.
Yeah, good on them.
Henry Kissenger ordered to bomb, quote, everything that moves and anything that flies in Cambodia. 50,000 to 150,000 civilians were murdered in the bombings in Cambodia alone. In Chile, Kissinger played a key role in orchestrating the US-backed 1973 coup that toppled the socialist government of Salvador Allende and installed the fascist Augusto Pinochet. Does it mention... Yeah, Pinochet's brutal regime murdered thousands and subjected tens of thousands more to torture during his 16-year reign. The Estadio Nacional de Chile being used as a concentration camp after the coup. So, yeah, this guy not only did Vietnam and the rest of Asia, apparently, but he's also responsible for our South American policies of put evil people in charge so that we get cheaper prices on bananas. Kissinger aided the Pakistan... Oh, and the Middle... I gotta say, this dude was busy, goddamn. Kissinger aided the Pakistani dictator Yahya Khan against the Bangladesh's Liberation War of 1971, enabling mass slaughter of an estimated 300,000 to 3 million people. Kissinger authorized and armed Suharto, the fascist Indonesian dictator, in his genocidal invasion of East Timor in 1975. This campaign led to the death of over 200,000 Timorese through massacres and forced starvations. God damn, how long does this list go? I didn't actually check this before I started.
It's probably going to be the rest of our time, honestly.
In 1976, Kissinger gave his pre-approval to Argentina's right-wing military junta for their dirty war against leftists during the brutal murder, torture, and disappearance of over 30,000 people.
Jesus Christ.
This is only a glimpse into the extent of... Okay, he has never been held accountable for any of these crimes, and now he has finally gotten away with it, dying aged 100 years old. Yeah, that's the biggest crime here, is that this guy died rich and at a ripe old age of 100, surrounded by his friends and family.
Yeah,
so
that is... I don't even have words.
The world over, this dude is basically regarded as Hitler. Like, in every country this dude's name is brought up in, they view him as just, like, a Nazi genocider, basically. This is the guy who fucking, who is it, Anthony Bourdain, that chef that offed himself, said that he would beat to death with his bare hands if he ever met him.
Chef that offed himself?
Yeah, Anthony Bourdain. He was that's all there is. He was a chef and he killed himself. I don't know pretty much anything else about him other than that he said... Bourdain basically said, and I quote, "If you walk through Cambodia, you will never not want to beat Kissinger to death with your bare hands." And that's one of his most popular quotes of all time.
Yeah, very true. This guy should have died painfully.
Yeah, but too bad the world's not fair, and if there is a God, he does not care that these monsters exist.
That or he gets off on it.
See, now on to... equally important news. See, we're just going to run through the last of these because there's not a whole lot to discuss here. Equally as important world news as this. Peter Griffin is now in Fortnite, guys.
Okay, that is real. I keep seeing that on Instagram.
Yes, no, this is very real.
Okay.
Can I just say, this is a Fortnite character now. What the fuck happened to this series that this is what it's become?
I have not the faintest clue.
His name is Meowscles.
I have not been paying attention to Fortnite since the beginning because I knew it was garbage.
You paid attention to Fortnite at any point?
No, I didn't. I haven't been paying attention to it since the beginning. I haven't paid attention to it at all. But now it's literally enveloping every facet of reality.
I see this character and like a female equivalent of him on all their advertising now. Is Fortnite just like a furry game now?
I mean,
because this is a really, really gay persona.
I think it's mostly like kids, so it's just
gay,
a bunch
furry
of awakenings.
Children.
It's just a bunch of awakenings for kids.
I would not let my kid play this.
Yeah,
big, muscly, like furry fursona? Hell no.
This is brain rot for sure.
See, but people have been asking for Peter Griffin for years, and they finally put him in. And they, for some reason, I'm not sure, this is actually Family Guy music, so I should probably keep it muted. Peter Griffin doesn't have time for real exercise regimens, guys.
Why'd you pause it?
This is important, man.
Literally nothing is happening.
For some reason, they couldn't just use normal Peter Griffin. They had to give him this god-awful buff body.
Well, obviously, they're not
Look at how
like, fat Peter Griffin.
They absolutely should have just done fat Peter Griffin. There's no reason why not.
Family Guy probably, like, Seth MacFarlane probably,
Yeah, this was worse than that time I was in Fortnite.
This was probably his idea.
No, Seth MacFarlane's not affiliated with this shit at all anymore.
No?
No, he just shows up to do the voices. He doesn't even do the writing anymore.
Oh.
Solid Snake's apparently in it. Here's another furry character. I don't know what any of this garbage is.
Neither do I.
But that was the important news. Peter Griffin's in Fortnite. Go download it.
Fortnite.
This is a cool video. Just gonna let it play.
Gonna leave the audio on?
Yes. Nothing really exciting happens. Cops are...
Anyone who can read knows that's not true.
Cops are responding to... Oh.
So was this like a gas leak?
No. The cops are reporting that there was like that the guy was like shooting flare guns in the house. And at first I genuinely thought that the cops like set this off, like there might have been like a meth lab or something in there, and they were just throwing flash grenades in there and that might have set off the meth lab. But apparently this dude was like some kind of mentally ill like extremist who probably had a bunch of, like, highly explosive fuel just stockpiled in his house, and he actually was shooting a flare gun here. And so the cops might have actually been telling the truth on this.
That would be a first.
First time ever.
I didn't see the flare gun.
He was firing it from inside.
Okay.
Well, how is he, like... How is he, like, an extremist, schizophrenic, like, hoarder of supplies, and he doesn't have actual guns to shoot at them with?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
But, yeah, he died in that explosion. I think he was the only one who was even injured in it, so...
Of course he died in that explosion.
I would have made it through that. I'm built different, though.
What is this? Why'd you jump over here?
That was pretty much all there was to that story. This is another house explosion that I wanted to cover, but we didn't have time. I figured I'd pull it up now since I'm on a house exploding binge right now, you see.
Okay.
Let's see. This one's way crazier. Look at the pieces of the house falling on it from right here. Jeez. This was just like a gas leak from what I understand. But the whole house is leveled, and as are half of the houses that are near them. Would you run outside and check what this was if this happened? Like in your neighborhood?
The windows.
What the hell was that? And this is
Jesus! The two houses next to them.
Oh my god.
Did it take the fucking water out of the pools here?
It
knocked the fucking water out! Didn't put the fire out, apparently.
Well, of course not. It would have shot the other direction.
3 houses were destroyed. 11 more may have to be demolished.
Oh my
it happened
god.
in Plum, Pennsylvania, about 20 miles.
I would have made it through that. I'm built different.
Alright, doofus, I'm not interested in...
I don't care about you. I don't even care about them. Alright.
Dude, why does that not work?
Maybe it's because my cursor is on it.
Alright, what's the other stuff?
See, yeah, we'll be through this real quickly. See, this is a fun video.
Held at gunpoint while bow hunting.
Okay, so just some quick backs. This video really pissed me off because I've been in this same situation before. This guy, not the same situation, but I've been held at gunpoint.
Have you?
Yes. Twice now.
Why?
Because I've just been like, I'll like just walk with my dogs through the woods and I'll just stumble upon like, the first time was because I stumbled upon some like house in the woods that I was completely unaware was there. And the second time was because I was knowingly walking on someone's property. But I figured they wouldn't know I was there. It was a big property, but apparently they did know I was there.
Nice, man.
But there was actually legal justification to have shot me there, so I'm glad they didn't. But this guy is very much not the case. He leased this land, which means he basically like paid for the right to bow hunt on it. And this dude comes out and holds him at gunpoint, claiming that it's his property when it isn't.
Okay.
And the whole interaction is very, like, nerve-wracking to watch, because this dude is just itching for a reason to shoot this guy. Even though he's, like, not being violent or disruptive with him at all, and he's legally not doing anything wrong. Let's watch this.
But I just want to show you kind of why we're here. We pay good money to hunt this property. We've been hunting it for years. No, you ain't been hunting it for years. I've been here 8 years. Do you live in this?
Just to reiterate, What these guys are doing is completely legal. They pay to be here. This guy cannot be doing this. But he's pointing an AR-15 at them right now.
Jesus.
Put your fucking phone down.
In front of me. I'm fucking scared.
Put your phone down.
Dude, I'm scared as fuck right now.
Okay, well, it's gonna be more scary.
It's gonna be more scary.
No, sir. No, sir.
Are you attacking me? He's just saying that so that he, like, has a justification on video of, like, well, I claimed he was attacking me.
This dude needs to be institutionalized. There's no reason for this guy to be...
I'm hunting with...
Put down your phone. You know it's a phone, so you can't claim you were scared of it.
Yeah.
I'm bow hunting. I don't have any guns on me.
I'm asking you to move. I'm asking you to look at me. You're on my fucking property. You got the motherfucker.
No, he is not.
You're on my property, sir.
Okay,
Listen.
I'm packing up.
8 years. You never been here.
Can I come out there so we can talk?
Come on out.
Okay.
Don't touch. No.
I just have to move my chair. You know.
Walk over.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck you are. You're on my property.
No, he is not.
We leave.
Listen to me. That's fine. Listen to me. I don't give a fuck about none of that. You need to move down from here. You're on my property. You need to...
I'd say the cops would probably give a fuck about that, but I'm kind of foreshadowing the ending here.
Do they not give a fuck?
I'll tell you.
Nice.
Come on.
I understand.
That's all I'm asking.
Okay.
No harm. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know what you
Okay.
got.
You understand the property. You live here?
Listen to me.
I want you to understand the property. You live here?
Okay.
That's space.
Understood.
Listen to me, that fucking dog bark. He also brought a couple dogs with him. Listen to me, I want you to move down from here. This is not the space. I have children, and I'm reacting as a father. You have bows fucking shooting kids, rifles fucking shooting... This guy's bow hunting, and he's not aiming at your stupid fucking kids. You're the one with a gun out.
Not on your property, too.
Understood.
And I'm reacting.
My situation went a lot more chill than this. They basically just had their gun, and they asked me to leave. And I was like, no problem, and I turned around and left.
Yeah, as it should be, rather than this psycho.
Instead, you got this Hills Have Eyes fucking hick itching to, like, shoot you and then probably feed your corpse to his dogs.
Here.
Who's we? Is there someone else here on the property?
No, no one else is here on the property, but we have 4 people on this lease who pay for this hunting property. The reason that we have this blind here.
If I were hunting with someone and I saw this happening, I would probably take the guy out with my hunting rifle. Just because it seems like the safest way out of this situation.
Was there more than... There's more than one guy, though.
This guy, yes, but they're not, like, together. They're, like, on different aspects of the... or different portions of the land.
Legally allowed to hunt. We have permission from him to access from his property from our cornfield right there.
Understood.
And the rule is you're allowed to bow hunt within 125 feet of a
Guy
residential...
knows all of his laws.
Well, they don't make the laws for me. I got young children.
They don't make the laws for me. I got young children here.
I hate to break it to you, but they do make the laws for you.
Yeah,
They're
you
called
still
laws.
have. You still have to. I guess this guy doesn't actually, but we'll get to that.
Father, so
I'm react.
this is not the place for that. Go down behind his motherfucking house. Just saying it. I understand the arrangement, but you're in the wrong place for this, my man. This is
He's not going to bow hunt at your stupid kids, dude.
understand what you got going on. Simply
He does not actually give a shit whether or not this guy bow hunts near his kids. I guarantee you this guy shoots his guns near his kids just fine.
Yeah, the way he's waving this AR-15 around.
I like how he's acting like he's on some kind of fucking homestead, but he's pointing out that there are other houses around him. So this fucker probably just lives in, like, a sparsely populated, like, neighborhood. But he's acting all, like, fucking dirty hairy about it.
You okay?
Ah, he fell down. I wish he had gotten that.
but I don't strike me in.
What? Shai Vien?
Shai Vien, I actually got into a bit of a rabbit hole with this. Shai Vien is a, like, Vietnamese farmer who moved to America and shot and killed, like, 6 people that were hunting on his property. and he got away with it because they legally were not allowed to be on his property, but he kind of just opened fire on them immediately.
Oh.
And psychos like this, like, point to him as an example of, yep, that's what I want to do, just kill people wantonly. Because I'm really afraid, you see. Alright, so he's at least starting to de-escalate a bit. But, can I get your name?
Can I get your name, sir? Okay. I understand. Out of respect, if I see you, I want to be able to communicate, you know?
I doubt we're going to run into each other again.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. I was just trying to be polite.
I understand you have that fucking arrangement, but...
I was just trying to be polite.
Understood. I follow you on that.
All right.
No problem.
Alright, so... Yeah, thankfully that dude got out of that. But, basically what happened here was that he sent this video to the local sheriff's department, and they did not care to follow up on it whatsoever. And I'm guessing it's because that fucking chuckle fuck is either a cop or is buddy or family with the cops in that area.
That or, they just don't do their jobs because they don't want to.
This guy, yeah, probably, even with the fucking, like, location.
Yeah, with clear-cut evidence.
People have been telling this guy to go to the game warden with this because game wardens have, like, way more authority than normal cops do. And can basically walk wherever the fuck they feel like. Because that's their job, is to protect the land.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this guy's kind of hinted that they also won't look into it.
He could go directly to court.
Yeah, I don't know why he does. Well, he already tried going to the cops and they weren't interested in it.
No, you go to the court. The cops won't do their jobs, but court will do something.
This
sometimes depends on who the judge
Let's
is.
not get ahead of ourselves now.
Depends on who the judge is, but he should talk to a lawyer, not a cop.
No, the fact that no one's willing to look into this completely confirms to me that this dude's 100% a fucking hog or is a hog rider. One of the two. Hog rider shoots a fucking, like, trespasser immediately. Put your phone down. It's going to get more scary. Are you attacking me? Yeah, everyone is aware that this guy was looking for an excuse to shoot this guy. Yeah. And this guy's fucking dangerous. But there's a bunch of people in this comment section that are like, tell me where you are. Me and a bunch of my buddies will take care of this guy. And I am completely in support of that. Fuck this guy. He should actually get to face what he's pretending to be afraid of.
I agree.
That's all my opinion is. See. I think we're pretty much done. We can cover the rest of these next week, because there's no real imperative to getting rid of them now, but... yeah, that's this week's episode. It was not good, and you're a sucker if you sat through all this garbage. Do you have any final words?
That was heavier than I expected. Jesus. I expected this to just
What was heavy about it?
I was expecting to just talk about GTA and then make fun of Elon Musk, but then we had like all the travesties of humanity poured on us for a couple seconds there.
Asians don't matter. Alright, goodbye everyone.